Hello, my beautiful badasses. I am so excited for this hopefully under 10-minute training that we are going to do. And the topic, I have slides today. That's really weird, but let me share my screen so that you can see all of the fun things that we're talking about. So our topic is easy funnel hacks to increase your conversion. Let me move this over here so it's right in front of my face. Okay, here we go. Gonna hit the play button. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about best practices when it comes to your funnels. And keep in mind also, these funnels, we're talking about the entire sales process, and the same things go for your freebies as well as your paid offers. Okay. I try to repeat this every time that I train and teach, but there are a million ways to $1 million. So if you hear me say something that you are not doing, don't think you're doing anything wrong. If you hear me say something that you're like, oh, I should try that. It's cool to try things, but you don't need to do everything that you hear everybody share when it comes to funnels and your whole process. Okay. I'm not sure I was very clear either. There are buzzwords, right? Funnel hacking, funnels in general. We are going to be talking specifically about landing pages here, but there are a lot of pieces when it comes to your actual funnel, and that is your whole sales process. What you're doing, picture an actual funnel to take a prospective client from the awareness phase to the part where they're ready to do business with you, to where they actually give you money. And then at the bottom of the funnel, that's where we create loyalty, where we build super fans. That's my favorite part of the funnel. But we're going to come back to all of that later. When we're talking about your landing pages, wherever you're driving traffic so that you are collecting leads or your sales page, make sure that you only change one thing at a time. Why? It's very simple. Let's say that you change the title of your page and then you change some copy halfway down the page, and then maybe you add several testimonials to your page. You've now done 3 major things. How do you know which of those 3 things actually had a positive or negative impact on your conversion? Keep it simple. Make sure that you're only changing one thing at a time. The next best practice, while we're talking about changing things, making those tweaks, looking for the higher conversion rates, is focus on different parts of your landing page at different times, right? So first you want to focus at the top, and especially top of the fold is what I like to call it. I've also heard other people call it top of the scroll. But when you land on a page, whether it's on your phone or your desktop, it's the first part that you see, right? That is your golden goose. That is what is going to hook your potential client, and it's going to tell them whether they want to scroll down or whether they're going to X out of the page. Okay. So that should be your main focus. The next part that you want to focus on is the bottom. Anybody know why? I'll tell you why. Most of us are skimmers. There are a small percentage of people will read your funnel word for word, top to bottom. So you want to make sure the top is grabbing their attention. The bottom is very crystal clear on the call to action. And then the last part that you want to focus on is the middle. Here's going to be where your logical buyers are probably going to want all of the information, things that you can make available that are going to help your conversion. But the last place that you want to focus on when it comes to priority. Best practice number 3, write down every change you make. That way you aren't brainstorming later on and you put something back that you've already tried and it didn't work. Okay. So you want to not only keep track of the changes that you made, give them a little bit of time. When it comes to your sales funnel, don't change something in a 24-hour period. There are exceptions to that rule, especially if you're running ads, paid advertising to your funnels, but general rule of thumb, give it a little bit of time. I have different sets of rules for paid ads, but that's a different training. So make sure you're writing everything down. Make sure you're tracking what's working, what's not. Okay, so now that we've talked about best practices, would you like an example of one tweak that you can make to your funnel today and hopefully increase your conversion. I know you do. So again, we were talking about things that you update. You want to focus the top of your funnel above the fold. And the very first major tweak that you can make is your headline being readable. Again, people are going to skim through most of the content. So let's look at this example here. This is from a real funnel, how to finally master an everyday makeup look in just one afternoon. And then the hook is put an end to the guesswork and get confident in your makeup routine once and for all. Now, I made this slide, right? I put this stuff on here and it's hard for me to read. Okay. I know what it is. Let's look at how you can improve that with tweak number 1. Check this out. So first of all, I was very distinct in the size of my title versus the size of my hook. My eyes automatically are going to gravitate towards the title. And then when I read that, I'm going to go to the next line, right? It's not all muddled together. There's clear definition. The next thing right here with the title, look at this in pink, everyday makeup. My eye is going to go there instantly. If that's something that I care about, I'm going to continue. And then the bolded text, just one afternoon, my brain is thinking, oh, everyday makeup, just one afternoon. What's the rest of this? And then I might go back and read the whole thing. But you're telling your brain, when you make these changes, you're telling your reader's brain to pick up on the very important pieces first, and then they'll continue to read or they'll continue to scroll. Also pay attention here to the tagline or the hook, whichever you want to call it. I made this text italic, so it's slightly different than the regular text, right? And I also went ahead and bolded this, be confident in your routine, because that's another important piece. That's, to me, the most important part of that sentence, right? So moving forward, if I don't feel like I'm getting the conversion I want just from how I've changed this title here, I'm going to maybe change the words that I highlighted, or maybe I pull a word out. But in these particular instances, I'm only going to change either the title or the hook. And when I'm happy with the rate of the conversion, then I'm going to move somewhere else in the funnel. Okay, so we're doing fantastic on time. My goal was 10 minutes and we are only at 7. Do you want to know 6 more tweaks that you can do to your funnel? You can do them in real live time. If you do, I want you to follow me on all of the social media platforms. You can find me at The Only JKN. Also, my full name on Facebook, if you want to be friends, is Jennifer Kinfer Norris. That's a mouthful, as we all know. So again, my name is Jennifer, and I am your no BS funnel badass. And I want to help you make sure that you are increasing your conversion so that you are getting more leads every week and you're seeing a higher rate of sales close. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I cannot wait to see you next week in my Facebook live event, which will be going over pretty much the same stuff, but you can ask questions. Have a great night, and I will see you guys later.